Now we are going to discuss about the possible ways in which engineering education in Tamil Nadu can be rejuvenated. Our Indian economy has grown multiple times because of a great IT scenario from 1990s onwards. Otherwise, I am very sure our youngsters who have finished their degrees will be toiling very much to find a job, which was the norm some 40 years ago in every household. And there would have been a lot of scoldings from the parents related to getting a job is a real changing phenomena now because of the IT industry development and IT courses. But now the IT industry is almost having its own fullness. What to do with the engineering education, which is nowadays, as per the paper reports, is getting declined, and even there are certain colleges in which not even a single student has joined, and in some of the colleges only 50% has joined. It is a real big challenge to look into the basic aspect of how best to change the scenario of engineering education. Engineering education in India is primarily related to civil engineering, mechanical engineering, automobile engineering, then electronics engineering, electricity engineering, then the air related what's called courses, aeroplane related courses, and nowadays there are very new technologies which have come into the being, which is not, I hope, properly utilized by the engineering colleges to attract the students. Nanotechnology was a very big topic which was talked around 2006 to 2010 and died away. I have written a book on nanotechnology on basic sciences, and it is available throughout India, published by MJB Publishers, Chennai in 2009. But the very important thing which one should note is 100 crores, I was told, has been earmarked for the development of nanotechnology center in Madras University, and ultimately nothing much has been done in that university is the reality. So you need to be concentrating on any field like nanotechnology in engineering colleges to improve the employment opportunities in the long run, and for that a detailed workup on nanotechnology by the specialist is a must, which has not happened, I hope, for the past 10 years, is the real pity, wherein other countries are really progressing related to nanotechnology, and nanomedicine is also another area which has got a lot of contributions to be made related to cancer chemotherapy by targeting the cancer cells. And unfortunately, a nanomedicine book written by me and was about to be published by JP Brothers was rejected because they said that there is no scope for selling. But unless otherwise we take proactive steps in nanomedicine, we will be far behind than the other countries related to treatment schedule, especially in oncology. Then coming to a very important area of safeguarding the country as well as safeguarding a particular area. Now we have got what's called drones. The drones are, when developed in a very big way, actually India is purchasing from America, and there is a contract recently on the same. But by means of introducing courses in engineering colleges, by making the students to build drones of varied kinds, it is going to be one of the very important area of safeguarding the nation as well as safeguarding a particular area. We need in the long run plenty of drones, and by introducing a special subspecialty of drones in engineering colleges and later creating lot of factories for making drones, and which are now even used in agriculture for making the fertilizers to be spread in the field, and also the pesticides. Like that, the utility of drones in Indian conditions are going to be in a very big list, and by means of entering into that technology at the earliest, we can make the engineering education purposeful, we can make more factories, and because of that more employment can be created, and also in the long run we can save lot of what's called foreign exchange, which is now being utilized to purchase very sophisticated drones from Western countries. Next comes robots. The robots are really available in the field for more than 20-30 years in a very spread way, or rather in public oriented way. But now especially China has developed very sophisticated robots, and they have recently conducted even an international conference on robotics. But here also, even in Shastra University in 2007 and all, they were conducting robots competition. But unfortunately, this robotic engineering is not very much included in the syllabus of engineering education, and there should be a separate subspecialty on robotics, and later more factories of creating robotics will help in the very complicated area. Especially in my nanotechnology books, I have mentioned, instead of wars which are fought between men and men, which will make the human resources scarce, why not we go for what's called nano aeroplanes, nano airships, nano tanks, and nano soldiers? And in this particular technology, robotics will play a major role, and so the development of engineering colleges by means of creating robotic centers will be a boon which will rejuvenate a lot of engineering colleges. Then comes the technology related to space, which is nowadays, after Chandrayaan 3 is now considered as a very big bet for the engineering colleges to adopt, creating satellites, creating rockets, and the like. The education can be focused on the space research, which will bring in more employment and more factories to create more employment to the coming generation. So, as ISRO is now one of the very important organization of Indian origin in the limelight throughout the world, using this opportunity, engineering education can be modified to help ISRO or rather space research, which will go in the long way to solve the uh, slack, uh, slackness in engineering education, which is at the moment is a very great problem, especially in Tamil Nadu. So, like that, there are plenty of agriculture engineering, wherein there is a separate BE agriculture engineering was started in Agriculture University Coimbatore long ago, but I hope even engineering colleges can have a separate department for agricultural engineering. And the same way, pharma industry is one of the very important growing area, wherein there are a lot of instruments which are needed for creating the factories, and engineering education can be modified to supply instruments for medicine like glucometer, BP apparatus monitoring, and lot of instruments to help the factories to manufacture more number of medicines. And I hope we need a concentrated effort regarding all these things by creating committees which can go through the available literature and advise engineering colleges to start courses accordingly, and that will attract more number of youngsters to the newly created fields, and they can also get good trained well, and they create more employments in the long run. So in India, engineering education, before it becomes a sinking ship, it is the duty of the educationists, duty of the governments, both central and state,